Hello, welcome to my cards for the week. Today is Sunday, the 7th of March 2021. And this week we have 6 cards that came out. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me at my website, deborahjanesutton.com. And also, I'd like to ask you to like, subscribe, and share. I've never said that before, but it makes me feel like a real YouTuber now. Anyway, let's get into the cards. So the first card has been coming up a lot lately because it's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands tells us that there's drama going on. Okay, and we know that there's drama going on in the collective. We also know that whatever is happening in the collective is a reflection of what's happening in the universe within each and every one of us. So there is drama going on. And there's kind of instability and obstacles. Okay, so I think that this coming up first, I think I look at it because it's like telling a story for the week. So I think it's like it's setting the scene. So it's reminding us that we are living in dramatic times, and there are obstacles around us, you know, traveling and stuff like that. Some people working, you know, there's obstacles around. And you can see that there is kind of this conflict going on. So this could be, the drama could be related to what's going on in the collective, of course. It could also be related to you still reacting to triggers. Triggers have been a big theme lately. We realize that when somebody triggers us, the emotion is actually within us already. We have actually, that emotional energy, the frequency of that emotional energy is what is actually being reflected back to you in whatever scenario is happening, and the person that is triggering you, they are just responding to that reflection, if you see what I mean. So the emotion is within you. So there's been a lot of work lately on focusing on when you've been triggered, no blame, it's got nothing to do with the other person. You are creating, you are the creator, so of your reality. So it's just about honoring and acknowledging that feeling within you, and to relax your body, to feel it, feel it. The reason it's blocked within you is because at some stage in your life you didn't allow yourself to feel it, whether it was too painful or you didn't want to, you didn't want to cry, you just didn't like feeling, so we kind of push it down. Well, we came here to experience everything. Okay, and what happens is when we have intense negative emotions, we try not to experience them. But when it's coming up like that as a trigger, you can just relax your body, close your eyes, and put your attention on it. Feel into the intensity of it. And as soon as you do that, it goes. It's amazing. So, yeah, so that's something to practice. That's still coming up to practice. But what's so wonderful is that, you know, you're dealing with it from a much higher level of consciousness than we all used to deal with our, you know, triggers and stuff. We used to argue and create even more drama and stuff. So that could be the drama that's within you playing out, if that makes sense. So we're still keeping our attention on triggers. I talked about triggers in a previous video. So we're still dealing with that to some extent. It could be other people's instability and change. Lots of change going on anyway. And instability, I think a lot of people are like moving house and stuff like that, or wanting to travel and stuff like that. So there is a lot of instability. It's all understandable stuff when you understand that our vibrations are all rising. Everything is energy, including our houses, our villages, you know, our homes, the things around us. That's why I've been really enjoying having a massive clear out, because it really is, although we're clearing out emotions on an emotional level, we can also clear out physically and have a good clear out of cupboards and drawers and everything, because we're then literally opening up to allow fresh new energy in. And that's kind of what's going on. And of course, because our vibrations are rising, we are now not resonating with what's around us. That's not just the people or the job or the activity, it's also the houses and all sorts of things, the villages and stuff. So people are moving a lot and changing jobs at this time. And from an energy perspective, it makes perfect sense. So that's what that card is doing. It's kind of setting the scene for us. Now, the second card out is this one, which is the Judgment card. It's a major arcanic. I'm not joking, it comes out all the time now. It is about spiritual awakening. This card is about spiritual awakening, and it's about being called. It's about hearing the angels calling you. You know, I like to think of this as Archangel Gabriel sending you a message that it's time to step into your purpose. You know, I've been thinking lately, you know, no one incarnated for the purpose of drinking wine and watching Netflix. You know, we really didn't. So everyone has a purpose, and the purpose isn't like a job, you know, that's going to, oh God, I've got to do it. No, it's all about doing what you love. You know, we've been given the gifts and the skills and the inspiration that excites us to help us on our path to our purpose. So serving your purpose, living your purpose, however you want to word it, really could be worded as being who you came here to be, doing what you enjoy, doing what you love, okay? So doing what you came here to do. It's not meant to be hard work. Life isn't meant to be a struggle. And you're being called to basically wake up to who you really are and to do what you came here to do. It's about your life purpose, and it's also about aha moments. It's like aha moments that are giving us clarity on our path. So, and now, after all the things that have been going on all through your life, but especially this last year, obviously, you're much more suited now to your purpose. I think we were all a bit bogged down before with low density energy, trapped emotions and limiting beliefs and the way that we thought society was meant to be. And we were all out of touch, literally, energetically, not being able to resonate with higher frequencies, and therefore not tapping into our own highest aspects of ourselves to be able to hear the call. But that's what it is. It's like you're being called. And like in the hero's journey, if you know the hero's journey, we always ignore the call in the beginning. And usually we ignore it for so many limiting beliefs, the reasons of so many limiting beliefs, you know, I'm not good enough, I can't afford it, and all that kind of stuff. So you're being called again. Don't ignore the call this time. And what's beautiful, because what's come up with it, of course, is the Empress. And the Empress is also a major arcanic card. Now, she's all about the earth, Mother Earth, and of course we have a lot of focus at the moment on Mother Earth. As we're healing, we're helping her heal herself as we help ourselves heal ourselves. So she's also very much feminine energy, and she's a really powerful woman, but she's basically famous for being creative. She's the sign of fertility. So if you are trying for a baby, this is really, really a positive card. For those of you that aren't trying for a baby, she's very much about stepping into your creation, and it follows on from this because we are the creators. You know, I often hear people saying, you know, I don't feel very creative. I'm like, wow, you have no idea how you are literally the creator of your experience. And so she's a reminder of that. But also, our purpose often involves forms of creation, whether it be doing videos, writing blogs, you know, dancing and starting up classes and activities and painting and, you know, all sorts of, it doesn't have to be always artistic. I mean, creative is any kind of getting a team together or getting a community together, getting a group together to go walking in the mountains, you know, just helping charities and stuff. It's basically just doing what makes you feel good. So that's what she's all about. So it is about letting that creative flow, and also in all areas of your life. You know, it's important to understand now that gone are the days that we go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I mean, really, we're doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We are literally flowing with our energy. Okay, so I mean, it's been quite limiting, I think, having to go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then having 2 days off. You know, it doesn't lend itself to listening to your body and your body's needs. Because when we do that, you know, you might think, oh, my body will just be lazy, but it really won't. It really won't, not if you're tuned in. Because this creative flow, she is the creative flow and she's flowing through you. So whether it be dancing or what have you, you know, you'll be doing something. So that's about enjoying your creative flow, and don't focus on where's it getting me? What's the point of doing this? Because there's many points. It's not all about making money or, you know, having a product at the end. Very often these creative flows are about relaxing the body and just enjoying the moment, and that's priceless. So don't look for the goal in your creative endeavors, although there usually will be one, but don't focus on that. Focus on the enjoyment of the moment. I think that's a really important point, because the next card is the King of Pentacles, and he is all about money. But now we know that your level of consciousness is your new currency. So I see him very much as the King of Abundance. And this abundance is most important: health, love, happiness, okay? And the financial stability as well. And this card is all about financial stability, but it kind of backs up what I was just saying about you're being called to make these creative flows, to follow these creative flows. To enjoy your creativity. It's not like you're being called to make loads of money. That's the way we've been brought up. You've got to make loads of money, right? But you're not being called to do that. You're being called to be creative. The order of the cards is relevant, obviously. You're being called to be creative, and there's a reassurance here. This is the king. This isn't just a pentacle. This is the King of Pentacles. So this is just the reassurance that if you don't focus on making money, you actually will find your abundance. And there's that lovely phrase that I love at the moment, needing nothing attracts everything. So that's a beautiful one. So I'm coming back to dancing and just doing whatever you enjoy. Whether it's just writing blogs, as I said, making videos, it really doesn't matter. It could be just like going for a run, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, spending time with your animals. You're creating the whole lot. Please don't think that you're not creative. You are creating every experience that you have. So create enjoyable ones, I want to say. Now, the next card, we've got the Page of Swords. Pages are always good news coming in. And this one, because it's swords, which is mental processes, which is like your thoughts and your ideas, this is a sign of ideas coming in, big ideas coming in. So this is beautiful, because you know what I've just said about your creative, it doesn't matter if you can't see what's coming at the end. Very often, like if you're, let's say you're an artist, just as an example, it's not just about painting a picture that you're then going to sell, which is going to make your money. It's not always about that. It could be you're painting a picture which is relaxing you, and it's like a meditation when you get absorbed, you know, in a painting or in playing with an animal or something, you know, or on a run, you know, what you could get what I'm saying now. You just, it's you get absorbed by what you're doing, and therefore that's the first sign of meditation, you know, and then you're basically relaxing your mind. That's when your inspiration can come through. So very often it's the ideas that come through while you're enjoying your creative endeavor. Okay, so you could be dancing like fun, but it's while you're doing that, because when you're doing that, you've let everything go and you're flowing in your highest frequency. That's what I want to say. I want to say flow in your highest frequency, because when you're there, that's when the best ideas are going to come. And then those ideas perhaps are the ones that are going to make you the money, right? Last one. I'm not going to end on, we're not ending on a downer, even though it might look like it because it's the devil. But actually, it's all been about acknowledging our dark side, acknowledging our shadow side, loving and accepting the parts of us that we disowned. So we've been doing that now for a year, right? So it's got to the stage where I absolutely love the devil now. So this is what we've been working on. You cannot change, can you, from a lower frequency? You can only change from a higher. So love the devil inside of you. That's what I want to say. Love the devil inside of you. Now, he does relate to, he's probably for most of you relating back to the triggers that we were talking about. The fact that there might be some triggers and you're going to react because that's your old habit. And he's a sign of temptation and addictions. So whether we're tempted to slip back into our old habits or whether we're addicted to behavioral patterns and stuff like that. So he could be a reminder. I think he's come as a reminder to keep going with the triggers. The work on triggers is an ongoing process. That's what I'm getting here. But also with the addictions, because I've always said about addictions that the level of kind of severity, if that's the right word, of the addiction is proportional to the perceived separation from source. And so that's why I think everyone's addicted to something on some level, depending on how they perceive themselves to be separate from source. But we're all raising our vibrations, we're all expanding our level of consciousness, we're all naturally getting closer to source, which means that we are shedding a lot of our addictions. And also this high vibrating light that's coming in from the sun, from the universe, from our galactic friends, however you want to view it all, from source. You know, as it comes in, we want to be able to absorb as much of it as possible. So when it comes to addictions, if there are things that you know that you shouldn't be eating or drinking or doing, habits, you know, now is the time to really clear them up. We're just being given, in a nice way, we're just being given the heads up. It's almost like he's saying, you know, look, you're being called, you've had the spiritual awakening, you know, you're focusing on your creativity, you know that your abundance in all areas of life, you know, lie in this new beautiful divine path that you're creating for yourself. Even more lovely ideas coming in to help support you on this path. So really, this is about cleaning up. It's about cleaning our diets. We're getting called to clean up our diets even more. And when I say diet, of course, I'm not just talking about the food and the drink. I'm talking about whatever we are consuming. So we're talking about media and television and films and all sorts of things, people, whatever company, whatever we're doing. You know, we need to clean it up, as in, let's just focus on the higher frequency activities, foods, drinks, etc. Okay, it's like he's come as a reminder. He might look quite unfriendly, but I think he's just saying it in a really nice way. I think he's on our side now. And I think he's, rather than fighting against us, I think he's nurturing us. He is actually part of us. We've transmuted him into love and joy and peace and harmony and all things good. And now he's working for us by helping us clear out any addictions or any unhealthy habits that we've had. And again, doing that is best done through love, not deprivation. Okay, don't beat yourself up if you can't give up that cigarette, or you know, you're eating a piece of chocolate or what have you. This is not a time to beat yourself up, obviously, but it is a time just to raise your awareness and clean up our consumption. Maybe I should say, clean up our consumption out of love for ourselves, because that's how we master. You know, when a musician masters his instrument, you know, he does it through love and passion, doesn't he, and commitment. He doesn't do it through force. You can force people to learn a musical instrument, but you can tell the difference between those that have been forced and those that have done it through love. Well, it's the same when you're mastering anything, whether it be taming an animal, or it's also about us, because evolution is all about mastering the self. You know, we talked before about mastering your thoughts and your emotions, but it's also about mastering ourselves, and that's always best done with love and devotion and not force. So for this week, lots and lots of love, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And please make any comments, anything that you think that you want to share, please don't hesitate to reach out privately or in the comments or what have you. So, last call reminder for my course starting on Thursday. There is one place left. Okay, so I will put the link in below to take you to the Heal Yourself online course details. If you want to book your own private full 10 card reading, it's usually more than 10 cards, and it usually goes on for more than an hour, then you can do that. I'll put a link in below as well for that. So until next week, lots and lots of love to you all. Bye for now.